If you have osteoporosis, there is one thing you absolutely must be doing to promote your independence and minimise your risk of falls and fractures. In this video, we're going to tell you what it is and show you how to do it. Hey, it's Alicia and Ollie from Be Mobile, and we often get asked, what is the best exercise for osteoporosis?
Is it Pilates?
Nope.
Is it walking or hiking?
No.
What about aquarobics or swimming?
No, it's actually strength training. Ollie, I had a client the other day with osteoporosis who was really worried that lifting weights might cause them harm.
Yeah, well, I think that's understandable, isn't it? If I had low bone density and I didn't know any better, I'd be worried that lifting weights might cause some damage to my bones and maybe lead to a fracture.
But the thing is, that's not the case. Strength training not only strengthens muscles, but it strengthens bone. Research shows that strength training in postmenopausal osteoporotic women is actually very safe, and it's also very effective at increasing bone mineral density.
Excellent. Right, well, if you want to improve your bone mineral density, follow along with these 3 exercises.
Our first exercise is the squat, and Ollie is going to demonstrate the squat here. So this is a great exercise for building bone density in our lower limbs. I bet you can start to feel your quads and your glutes burning a bit there, Ollie.
Yeah, absolutely, Alicia. And I could even make that one harder by adding some weight.
Indeed.
Which is really important when you are trying to improve your bone mineral density, because we want it to be challenging so that those muscles, as they contract, they pull on the bone, and that's what causes the bone adaptations.
That's exactly right. And the way to progress is, of course, to add more weight as you feel comfortable. So you might go for a heavier weight now, Ollie.
Now, this of course isn't happening within one session.
That is right.
I'd maybe stick with body weight and then go to 1 kilo and then go to this 6 kilo dumbbell over weeks.
That's right, progressing nice and slowly over time, and that stress is what forces your bones to adapt and become more dense and resilient. Now, if the squat is too challenging, another alternative for that is the sit to stand. So using a box or a chair, simply standing up and sitting down.
So that's a great entry level thing, particularly if you've got some niggling issues like knee pain or perhaps back pain. And then once you're comfortable with the sit to stand without any weight, then you might go and add some weight like we did with the squat. And over time, we're increasing the challenge by adding more weight, and that's going to cause our bones to become more dense and better able to tolerate stress. Okay, exercise number 2 is the overhead press. Now, it's vital in any strength program to improve our bone density that we challenge the upper body as well, which is why we include this one. So for the overhead press, you're simply lifting weights up over your head, just like so, and it's a really good shoulder and upper body exercise.
It is, and we progress this exercise in the same way by adding weight. So you've got some heavier dumbbells there, Ollie, to increase that stress on the bone and really improve that bone mineral density. But of course, we're going to progress slowly, not as quickly as Ollie did, and do that over time. Now, if the overhead press is a little bit challenging and you're struggling to get that movement overhead, we can also do a front raise. So I'm going to grab these dumbbells, and with the front raise, I'm simply coming forward like this. So I'll show you from side on. Bring those dumbbells up to shoulder height if I can, and that's also really working on my arm muscles.
And once again, you can probably see Alicia's rippling shoulder muscles working there, and that's because they're contracting, and as they do that, they're pulling on all those bones in the upper body. Not all the bones, some of the bones in the upper body, and that's going to help improve the bone density.
Exercise number 3 is the deadlift. Now, the client that I was talking about earlier was very afraid of fracturing their hip or their lower spine. Now, the deadlift is a great exercise for building bone density in both of those areas, isn't it, Ollie?
That's right, Alicia. So to do the deadlift, we're simply lifting up, hopefully a heavy weight, but you can start with something light, of course. And whenever you do it, you'll feel the muscles alongside your spine and your glutes contracting really hard. And that's what's pulling on the bone and causing those bone changes that we want. So we're setting up with a weight in between our feet, bending forwards, and then simply standing up straight. It's a great full body exercise, Alicia.
It is indeed, and it's not only good for building bone density, it's very good for building confidence for all the things that we do in our everyday life. But if the version that Ollie showed, picking the weight up off the floor, seems a little bit too hard at the moment, you can try a Romanian deadlift. So I've got a kettlebell, but you can use anything you have at home, a backpack. Now I'm starting at the top here, and I'm just lowering the weight down as low as I can. So I'm getting it just past my knees, down to about my mid-shin. And this is a good way to build confidence and work towards doing the full deadlift that Ollie demonstrated.
And we're challenging all the same muscles in the back and the hips, but we're just starting with a way that it's a little bit easier for people with a sensitive back perhaps, and from there you can graduate to a bigger movement and hopefully bigger weights, because as we keep saying, it's really important that you challenge yourself with these exercises so that you can improve your bone density. If you have osteoporosis or just want to improve your bone mineral density and reduce your risk of fractures, make sure you put these 3 exercises into your routine.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the next one to work towards a fitter and healthier you.